Yashodanandana Pajacharanjana Yamunatira Panachari Yamunatira Panachari Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasariko Bhaktivinoda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasariko Bhaktivinoda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha 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 Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Hare Krishna. Welcome to this evening Namata program, reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is, entitled Karma Yoga, chapter 3, verse 13. Translation. The devotees of the Lord are released from all kinds of sin because they eat food which is offered first for sacrifice. Others who prepare food for personal sense enjoyment verily eat only sin. Purport. The devotees of the Supreme Lord, or the persons who are in Krishna consciousness, are called santas, and they are always in love with the Lord, as it is described in the Brahma Samhita. The santas, being always in compact of love with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, the giver of pleasure, or Mukunda, the giver of liberation, or Krishna, the all-attractive person, cannot accept anything without first offering it to the Supreme Person. Therefore, such devotees always perform yagyas, different modes of devotional service, such as hearing, chanting, remembering, and the performance of all yagyas that keep them always aloof from the kind of contamination of sinful association in the material world. Others who prepare food for self or sense gratification are not only thieves, but also the eaters of all lords of sin. How can a person be happy if he is both a thief and sinful? It is not possible. Therefore, in order for people to become happy in all respects, they must be taught to perform the easy process of Sankirtan Yagya or in full Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, there can be no peace or happiness in this world. So our cooking for Krishna starts in the supermarket. We see the vegetables and fruits that we require to cook for the Lord. So once it's purchased, it is washed and cooked. If the person that's cooking is agitated within the mind, they should not cook, because the consciousness or the thought of the person's mind enters into the food stuff. I remember in Catholic temple, every 3 months, the cooks are changed and the temple president. When I inquired why, they said those two personalities are affecting the consciousness of the entire temple. So you select a vegetable, you washed it, you cooked it, and then it's still bog, unoffered is bog, raw is bog. So you take it, you proceed to your altar, and you do the standard offering prayers. It's compulsory that you use tulsi leaf in your preparation. It's very, very important that you understand that you cannot take it out of the pot. When it's piping hot, put it in the container or the vessel and take it. You have to leave it a few minutes until it's cooled down. You cannot offer hot or steaming hot bog to the Lord. So when you are satisfied the temperature is okay, then you proceed to do the offering, the normal standard offering. And then when it is left for at least 10 minutes on the altar, then you either ring a bell or you clap your hand, then you bow down, say the mantra 3 times, and you remove it. First thing you do, you put it back into the pots, and then you wash the Lord's dishes, you wipe it and you keep it away, and then from the pot you decant it into another bowl. Then you wash the pots, you keep it away. Then whoever is there to eat, you dish out. So it's a high risk that you leave all the prasad on the table and everybody is eating and no one to serve them. Then they tend to serve with the left hand. It's very dangerous. I'll give you an example. Prabhupada was in Nellore. Those 2 sisters invited him, so they don't want to donate the property. So Prabhupada's servant cooked for him, and the host, the 2 sisters, cooked for the disciples. There were about 15 disciples. So when Prabhupada had rested and he awakened, he asked Ramakrishna Maharaj, "Do you hear this?" Maharaj said no. He said, "Yeah, nicely." So on the 3rd attempt, he said, "Yes, Prabhupada, I heard." Prabhupada, "What is this?" He said, "The hens are cackling." He said, "That means they're eating eggs." So Ramakrishna Maharaj asked Prabhupada, "What should we do?" He said, "You just wait." So prasadam was ready. Prabhupada's servant served Prabhupada, and the 2 sisters served the disciples. So they had on carousel that rotate. It can take 6 to 8 bowls. So while the devotees were eating, the sisters' hands were contaminated. They were giving second helping, third helping like that. And then when the disciples were satisfied, all of them went in a deep slumber. Prabhupada had taken his 2-hour nap. He got up at 2 p.m. He could hear all the disciples snoring. He came and he woke Ramakrishna Maharaj. He said, "Get up, get up." Maharaj got up. He said, "Yes, Prabhupada." He said, "Get all of them up. We are leaving now. If you stay here 1 more minute, all of you all will fall down." Ramakrishna Maharaj said, "But Prabhupada, we promised them 3 days." Prabhupada said, "That's all right. Make an excuse of my health is not right and we need to go." So quickly they had to awaken the devotees, they had freshened up, they got ready and they left. So Prabhupada is inquiring in the car, what had happened? Why you all went in the slumber? They could not understand. He said, "Who served you?" He said, "The host." He said, "Did you notice anything that's not right?" Ramakrishna Maharaj said, "Yes. I think they were eating and when we called them, they were serving us with contaminated hand." Be very careful. Therefore, in our house, you don't leave all the food stuff on the table. You leave it in the kitchen sink or in the cabinet or so. Somebody has to serve somebody. Otherwise, you have to get up, go to the bathroom, wash your hands out your mouth, and then come and take a second offering, take another plate, take a second offering like that. Now in every home, you should have 4 containers with 4 different sponges. One to wash the Lord's plate, one to wash the eating plate, one to wash the pots, and the 4th one is for Ekadasi. Should have 4 containers, different colors, and it should be marked like that. Once Prabhupada was in Vrindavan, and he told Harishwari, okay, you take the day off, Yamuna will cook for me. So he said, okay, he went to the Yamuna River, he had a bath, and he came back. As he came back, he glanced into Prabhupada's room. Prabhupada was taking prasad. And Prabhupada asked him, have you eaten? He said, no, you haven't eaten yet. He said, go to Yamuna and she'll fix you a plate and you take. So Mother Yamuna, he organized a plate of prasadam for Harishwari, Prabhupada 7. And then he was eating. The first bite, the second bite, he said, what was I feeling, Prabhupada? Look at this, prasadam is out of this world. So he ate it and suddenly he felt full and he pushed the plate. And Prabhupada was walking past and he looked. And Prabhupada said to him, a Brahmana never wastes. So he had to eat it. Now what happened if you're eating from the same plate? You had half or you had 3/4 and just a little you couldn't eat and you save it for later. So the ghosts and spirits, they come and take. So very, very, very careful. Better take a little and you finish it. Now I'm not talking in your house, I'm talking elsewhere. You finish it, you think you are satisfied, that's fine, but you think you need more, then you take, but don't waste. Not nice to do that. We cannot pick and choose what we need to cook. The Lord eats all the vegetables. In chapter 9 it stated, if one offers with love and devotion a fruit, flower, leaf or water, any fruit must be nice, sweet and juicy. Flower must be nice, have a nice scent and aroma. Water, now we can offer bottled water too. And then a leaf, not any leaf, tulsi leaf. The Lord is telling what I want. So one day Govinda Dasi was asking Prabhupada, what can I cook for you? Prabhupada said, what Krishna likes. He said, oh Prabhupada, I don't know. Prabhupada said, you figure it out. So we cannot have sense gratification on the things that we like. Rather, we are offering it to the Lord. Let the Lord partake first and then we accept the remnants of prasad. Like my friend in the temple, Dayal Chaitanya, he was perplexed in organizing the Bhoga for Pope Purnima. So I phoned a Muslim friend. I told him, Iqbal, I need your help, I need to sing. You sort the price out with me, you don't discuss anything with him. You sit, give him the veggies and you go. So the next day, Dayal Chaitanya, Prabhu, we went and he picked the vegetables up and he asked, Iqbal, how much it costs? He said, no, it's for the temple, take it. And the next day, Iqbal phoned me. He told me, your friend sent some prasad for you. Muslim friends sent some prasad for you. I told him, you take it. He said, no, I got for myself. So he sent some butter paneer. So over the years, I have been sharing my lunch with him. His consciousness changed just because of the prasad. Very favorable. So therefore, if you get any chance or opportunity to distribute prasad, you must do it. Because you change a person's consciousness. And if you be a criminal miser, then your heart becomes hard and Krishna can't steal it. And if you eat too much Mahaprasad, you become very envious. You don't want to share because you got a taste of the prasad. So when we are preparing the bhog for, we have to be pujari clean, very, very neat and tidy. In 1967 in San Francisco, Yamuna's sister Janaki was getting married. And Prabhupada said to her, you must invite your family. So Mother Yamuna wasn't a devotee at that point in time. She was staying in Oregon 2 days, traveling to reach there. So when she came a day before the wedding, Prabhupada said it's customary the girl's side provide the meals. So Prabhupada was making like 18 to 20 preparations. And he told Yamuna, that time her name was June, said, you make a medium soft dough. She said, I don't know. He said, well, how old are you? He said, I'm 26 years old. You're 26 years old, you don't know how to make a medium soft dough? So she didn't know, so Prabhupada showed her. So while she was making the dough, beads of sweat were accumulating in her forehead. She wiped her hand with that, Prabhupada wiped her head with her hand. Prabhupada saw that and said, come wash her. Then she was about to fill the kachori. She said, Prabhupada, I need to have a smoke. Prabhupada said, go wash your hand and your mouth and come because you contaminated. The mere thought of intoxicant contaminates you. So strict Prabhupada was, like that. And, the effects of eating food cooked by non-devotees. Non-devotee means non-devotion to Krishna. You don't know the consciousness of that cook. They cook in bulk, they put in small containers and they freeze it. The day before, the morning, they take it out and thaw it and they make it hot. They put a little bit of water in a pot and they put the sabji inside and then they blast it hot. And then they serve you that in the restaurant. The restaurant got no time to cook every day. They give you a set menu, it's already frozen, prepacked and done. So you wait 10-15 minutes and then they'll serve it to you. So the consciousness of the cook went into that and you ate it, your consciousness is contaminated. Firstly, you don't digest. Secondly, you'll lose your Brahmanical qualities. You'll misbehave because if you put garbage in, garbage will come out like that. You have to be very careful where we eat and what we do. So we are eating sattvic food, no onions and no garlic. They are considered, onion and garlic are considered to be in a mode of passion. It increases the blood flow in the body and it excites the mind, so we stay out of it. For a more deeper understanding, one Brahmana was doing a Gomena sacrifice. That means he lit the fire from his mind, the fire is burning, and then he's putting these old cows through the fire, and when the cow passes the fire, he's getting a youthful, rejuvenated body. When the 100th cow entered the fire, his wife was drying washing on the land. She was in a family way. And they said, if the woman is in a family way and she's hungry and saliva drops and she don't eat, then the child will be forever hungry. That's why in Tamil they call hungaras, hungry. So when this animal, this cow went halfway through the fire, she quickly ran into the kitchen, she brought the knife. Now the husband, eyes is closed, meditating, he's chanting the mantras. And then when she got the knife, and she cut the burnt out part. From there, the bride started. So she took it and she tied it at the end of her sari. Now when that mantra chanting was over, the Brahmana knows that this cow has passed through. Now when he opened his eyes and he saw this animal, this cow, deformed, he was shocked. He said, I chanted the mantra for 99 cows, all got youthful, rejuvenated body. What had happened? How come this 100 cow is deformed? What wrong did I do? Now he couldn't look at his wife and ask his wife. So quickly this lady, she ran to the backyard, she untied the sari, she took the mound of flesh, she threw it into the field. As the days went by, from the blood of the cow, red lentils sprouted. From the heel of from the bone of the cow, the garlic sprouted. From the marrow, onions sprouted. Therefore, if you eat these three things, it's good as eating cow flesh. Like that. And you can see the bulb of an onion is like the heel, the clove. There's no harm if you are having on medicinal purpose. If a doctor prescribes it, especially garlic for pressure and all this thing, you can take. So, but ordinarily, we refrain from things that are not in a mode of goodness. Everything is categorized in three modes of material nature: goodness, ignorance, and passion. So we only eat things in a mode of goodness, not even passion or ignorance. Mushrooms are considered in the mode of ignorance because they grow in a dark, dampy place. Mode of passion is the chilies, get your high temper. You can have a little chili, not too much. Chilies, onions, garlic, all bulbs, like leeks and all this onion family, stay away from it. So, devotees of the Lord, they chant in pure consciousness before they cook. They bow down before the fire, Anantadeva, invoke his blessings, and then they commence their duties like that. No other organization follows this procedure what ISKCON follows with regards to cleanliness. There's no tasting while you're offering. I've seen many cooks, many functions I've been to. While they're cooking, they'll just take the spoon and the lick to taste the salt. We don't do.
Have seen it also.
Yeah, so we don't do that. I got a video on my phone, somebody sent me yesterday, how you get seedless dates. The Pakistani nationals are opposite end of the table and the dates are lying there, and they chew it, they spit it and they put it back. That's how it is. You're eating contamination. They make it halal like that. So as far as possible, we only buy uncooked stuff. From Chuan we buy the rice, we buy the dal, we buy this, but nothing that is prepared. Because you don't know what went into that. And Krishna is so merciful, he'll absorb the karma, he'll absorb the sinful thing that went into that preparation, so that you can have his mercy like that. So you cannot continue sinning or eating outside. If you are hungry, then you buy some bananas or apples and you eat. You're going to go home, you tend to eat, so there's no hard and fast food. And if you're eating shortbread, then you have to burn it a little or toast it to take the karma of the person. Actually, there's no human handling it. The process is that it's emptied into a mixer, and when the dough is mixed, it is brought out, it is weighed, and it put into the bread box, and it gone into the oven. There's not much consciousness there. That if you need to eat, then you just either toast it or just burn it a little. So you burn the consciousness of that person. So the Krishna, he so mercifully gave us His mercy in the form of Krishna Prasad. Now, heaps and bounds of karma or sinful reaction can leave your body just by taking Krishna Prasad. One devotee, Prabhupada's disciple in Vrindavan, he was lazy. I mean, that was his nature. What can you do? He was chanting and he was very fond of Prasad. And then the devotees said to Prabhupada, "Oh, he only likes to eat." Prabhupada said, "Yes, let him eat his way back to Godhead." That is a process. And then during Pitaka, you want to free your ancestors. You go to the temple, you buy some sweets, you bring it away home, you put a picture frame of the person that departed, you put Prabhupada picture frame and Lord Nishinda picture frame, and then you take this little bit of Mahaprasad in a saucer in front of the picture, and you say to this person, "My dear so and so, this Prasad has been offered to Shri Shri Radharadhana. Now we are offering you, please accept it." So this Mahaprasad is so potent, it will come in contact with that soul. Disentangle the soul from any sinful reaction and move up to upper planetary system. But Prabhupada is saying, those who are not in Krishna consciousness should do this, because we are rendering devotional service. When you render devotional service and you initiate it, then 21 generation is automatically liberated. So liberation doesn't necessarily mean that you go to Goloka Vrindavan or you go to Vaikuntha or Ayodhya, no. Liberation means getting a chance of being born in a Brahmana family to take to this process again. That's what liberation means. So this process is simple for the simple and complicated for the complicated. You just have to buy your vegetables, you wash it nicely, you cook it with love and devotion. You ask Krishna to please accept a humble offering, and after 10 minutes you take it and you can eat to your full satisfaction. There's no harm. No harm at all. Even if others are not devotees, they're vegetarian, they can cook and you can offer. So Prabhupada, when you are traveling, he requested his servants, go to the platform on the train station and buy me some kachoris. Prabhupada, no, they are Dhamvasis, they are born in the holy place, they never touch meat, fish, eggs, liquor like that. And Prabhupada offered to his spiritual master and he has taken that we are not on that platform. Prabhupada was the Uttama Adhikari, he is the topmost eternally liberated soul. We can't do those things with Prabhupada. So the main thing, the important point is that you have to offer your prasad. If you don't, then Prabhupada said, we are no better than thieves. We are stealing Krishna's property. Like the other day I went to see one donor, a Gujarati man, Mahesh from Surat. I met him many years ago and I'm dealing with him. And he wholesale grains. So I told him, can you help me out? I need certain quantities. He told me, buy everything you see I belong to Krishna. What can I take? Just write down what you want and I'll sort it out for you. So I was pleased with that man because he had a realization that nothing belongs to him. Everything belongs to the Lord. So when I go and see him, I always take some Mahaprasad. Something, we have to give them something. And then how they're going to become faithful? If you wasn't a devotee in your last life, how can you become a devotee in this life? Very difficult. Very difficult. So we'll stop here. Is there any questions we can attempt to answer? Any question with spiritual consideration, doesn't matter, it doesn't correspond with the subject matter. If you need some clarity, I can attempt to answer.
Okay. So you said that leeks also belong to the onion family.
Yes.
So we mustn't eat that.
No.
Okay.
All the bulbous, all the leeks, you know what is chives, you know what is garlic, spring onion, shallot, all this.
Yeah, right.
Stay away.
All belong to the onion
Yeah,
family.
onion family, bulbs.
Okay. Even that the garlic when we plant it, put it in the ground. After a couple of days, when it grows, it looks like
Yeah, they cut those things, they call it garlic chives.
yes.
They garnish the things. So I know because I pick up herbs of rosemary, and I asked that man, so he tells me all this information. So they're not going to help you in the practice of your spiritual life, all this things in the mode of passion. To put it bluntly, onion and garlic and onion family are subtle form of aphrodisiac. Anything that enhances blood pressure, aphrodisiac. So when we are chanting, we don't get agitated by the senses, because the mouth, the stomach and the genitals are in a straight line. One put pressure on each organ.
Okay, so celery is okay.
Celery is fine.
And parsley?
Parsley is fine. Parsley you can garnish. It's so nice and healthy.
Okay.
Yeah, that's this onion family and garlic. It's the main issue. But if a devotee has some blood pressure problem, and you go to the doctor, and the doctor say you can take some garlic capsules, or you can eat raw garlic. That's fine. You take it for medicinal use. You're not taking it for sense enjoyment.
So carrots, what category does it fall under?
What's that?
The carrots.
Carrots?
Yes.
Carrots.
I know in Jagannath Puri temple, they don't need anything that grows under the ground for Lord Jagannath.
Oh, okay.
No tubers, no sweet potato, no potato, no tomatoes and carrots. So Gaudiya Math, they don't have all these things on the courtesy. Tomato, sweet potato, what grows under the ground. I don't know the reason. So, but carrot is neutral, it has a lot of benefits. So that's fine, it doesn't interfere with any other organ, and it enhances the sight. Very good for
Eyesight.
the eyesight. Like what you can't eat in abundance more than twice a week is brinjal. Brinjal dulls the brains.
And
Yeah, brinjal, not too much. But Prabhupada said you can have milk unlimited. One morning walk, this disciple asked Prabhupada, which animal gives the best milk? Prabhupada said buffalo. So this disciple, he said, no, you want to prove his intelligence to Prabhupada. He said, but Prabhupada, you said the cow. Prabhupada said, you asked me which animal? Cow is mother. Prabhupada is not of this world. He exactly knows you trick again, you past, present, future. You can't try to trick a pure devotee. You can't. It doesn't work like that. And he knows what's in your mind, because his soul is in his super soul. The soul is in contact with Krishna, and Krishna tells him everything. Prabhupada said many times in his writing, the purport of my personal ecstasy is, I never write it. Krishna dictated this purport to me. And I wrote it down, or I voice recorded like that.
So that's why you used to listen to it after that.
Yes.
I
When,
remember the talk.
when his servant come into Prabhupada's quarters, Prabhupada had a big picture frame of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. Prabhupada bowed down and said, Dasahami, Dasahami, Dasahami. I'm your servant, I'm your servant, 3 times. And then he'll go and sit down. He said, play the recording. He said, but Prabhupada, you spoke. Prabhupada said, I never speak. Krishna spoke to me, I want to hear. And then many days they find Prabhupada reading his books, Bhagavatam, or Krishna books, and Prabhupada is smiling and laughing. He asked Prabhupada, you wrote it, but why you read? He said, I get great pleasure in reading the books that Krishna dictated. So we take Krishna Prasad all the time. Never compromise. If you're initiated and you take non-prasadam, then your spiritual master suffers a reaction. You have to be very careful. Even in the most advanced stage of famine and you don't have, just have some water and some fruits. Always have something at home so that you'll sustain yourself. It's not a calamity that you go to this restaurant, that restaurant. Alright, devotees running restaurant, that's fine, they initiated it. They know the principles, they know the formulas to cook, and they cook and you're offering. Like one very popular restaurant in North Coast, the blacks are making all those things and you're not being offered, the devotees are flocking. You have to be very careful. Never eat outside. Never. It just lowers your consciousness. Your thinking capacity will be over. You won't want to hold your feet back after that because you're feeling so heavy. So one more story before I conclude. The spiritual master is going with his servant to another village. Night was approaching. The disciples said, Gurudev, I think we must go to this house where the light is burning and ask them for shelter. Even if you stay in a barn, that's fine. We will stay there. Spiritual master said, alright, let's go. So they knocked at the door. This businessman was a thief. He sells stolen stuff. Now in India, if the sadhu or brahmana comes, you have to accept. So this man, he said, come inside, wash the feet of the Swami. And then he told them, we will prepare some meals for you. So they said, that's fine. So he called his servant, he said, cook feast. Sadhu came, brahmana came. So in about 1 hour's time, the food was ready. Asked them to have a wash, seated on the floor, and they were serving them. So they were eating, until they were satisfied. The servant came, took the plate, washed their hand, gave them a towel, gave them a place to stay for the night. At midnight, this Maharaj, he was feeling uncomfortable. So he left his sleeping place, he went into the sitting room. He switched on the light. He saw a nice golden vase. He took it, put it under his kurta, came into the room, put it in his bed, and he slept. And then next day they had to leave. When they left, they walked a few hours, and then the Swamiji, he felt tired, so he rested under the tree. When he rested there, and he opened his bag, he saw this golden vase. He said, oh, what did I do? We have to go back and return it. So they went back to his house and told this businessman, I am truly sorry that I have taken this accidentally. Please forgive me. That man said, no, you can take it, you can have it. He said, no. I am Swamiji, I can't accept anything. I'm now for that. Take it. He said, no. Then Swamiji asked the gentleman, what is your profession? He said, I'm a thief. I steal things, I sell it, I accumulate the money. Swamiji put his head down and he walked away. The disciple asked, Gurudev, what is wrong? He said that mentality of the cook and the host enters into his consciousness, meaning forget about his spiritual activities, that he actually went and stole. That's what happens if you eat from sinful people. People who are sinful and they provide for you vegetarians, and you establish a background first. For many years I've been with Raghunath Bhatta on Sankirtan. Early morning we'll go knocking doors, winning hearts. We start at 6:30 a.m. Park my car on Flangeli River and walk up the finger. So we knock to the door, people come, they invite us in, we talk to them, and then after a few minutes you ask them, so what is your profession? If someone says the butcherman, then you know how to talk to them and know what to accept from them. So if you study Prabhupada's books, it is stated that if you go to a non-devotee's house, you can have water and no consciousness enter there. But if you have fruit and they cut it, so the consciousness of the person goes into the fruit. So rather request them, give us a whole one. We'll have it later because we just eaten it. So sometimes you have to be diplomatic. Rather than them cutting it up and passing it, because they thought when maybe they want to get rid of you, they just cut it, go like that. So you take unoffered whole, that mustn't be cut. You have to be very careful, people. And the eyes is the source of danger, because what the eye see, the mind desires. Like if you come charity festival and you see so many food stalls, that is fine, you can take. For the time being, it is Jannat pulled down. It's a holy place. Everything there is spiritual. But the moment you go Joko's or Nando's and buy vegetables, it doesn't work. So we conclude. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Srila Radharani ki, all from